But why?
Because workplace accidents.
We're doomed.
We are
Speaking
doomed.
of workplace accidents,
That's an awful segue.
Until you brought attention to it, I was going to ignore it.
Me too. I let him have it.
so, Alia and Akoriel, you've just been dismissed from a courtroom from which Varg fell into a hole in the floor, and then the judge reported that sentencing has been applied for his various refusal to cede with the law. He is being given his full and unreduced sentence of 5 years in solitary confinement, at which time he may apply for parole.
Awesome.
So, what's your plan?
I don't really have one.
Well, I already said basically everything I can to, darn it, now I'm having the same problem. Ephraim or Norm?
Ephraim.
Okay.
There's 25 other letters, just saying. It says the guy who has a penchant for T and A names.
I think I have 5 different characters that start with K.
There's a lot of G names.
Anyway, I'm going to the library. I'm going to look up everything on Druids, because if Varg ever does get out, they're probably going to be going to try and stop him.
Okay.
Maybe on the first line of defense, I'd imagine.
Researching your way out of trouble sounds about right. Alia?
I have no idea. I think I'm just going to train my men for right now and see what happens.
Oh,
Does Niblin have a last name?
No, he does not.
Okay.
Alrighty then. Let's see here. Where's the calendar?
Niblin's like 17, right? Give or take.
Yes. Four nights pass of normal life, albeit with possibly some recovering. Akoriel.
Yes.
Are you still taking quarters in the university?
No.
Where is it you go when you're done in the library?
Just the closest inn. I just don't want to be in the university when something blows up.
Gotcha.
He has an high-end score.
So there are a few inns around around University Square, and you're probably you're probably taking breakfast in a nice sunny room. When there's a bunch of commotion outside in the square.
Oh boy. Alright, let's go see what the commotion is. Nothing is ever quiet in this city, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Out in the square, you can see that there's that people are kind of clearing away from someone. After a moment, you recognize Amnarenli Ilvalea, and there's two other people in very natural, very naturalist and token-based garb, you know, and antlers. Those are on a helmet, right? Around her. And as you watch, two more large birds swoop out of the sky, land in the clearing around her, and turn into people.
That's where all the druids went.
Well, that's a bit sooner than I expected.
They gather themselves and head into the university. They do not get challenged at the door.
Alright, I'll follow them. Why not? I'm curious.
I can think of some reasons why not, but
Curiosity trumps all.
except an earthquake in a building.
I think you've done that already.
There's more of them than there was of me.
I'm so sure that's going to work in your self-defense favor.
Yes, it will.
They were elves, and not one of them was over 6 foot.
Shut up.
Alia, you have taken a bulk rate to quarter your men a little further out from the university, mostly because, well, you're not exactly broke anymore, but if you can save yourself a few gold pieces, it's probably better in the long term, right?
Yeah.
Let's see here. Is there... Yeah, word probably wouldn't reach you for a little while, so I actually have to come back to you later.
Okay, doke.
Coriel, entering the lobby, you can see that the proctor here is still standing at attention and watching down one hallway, and he turns when he sees you enter, waves because he recognizes you and probably knows you by name by now.
Hopefully. Been here often enough.
Mm-hmm. Let's put it this way: he doesn't give you guidelines to send you to the library anymore.
I'll assume the druids just came in here.
Yes. The druid. He leans close conspiratorially. Is that the Nature's Council?
I would assume so. I don't know any other druids that would come here.
I didn't bow. Do you think they'll take that badly?
I have honestly no idea. The only druid I've ever met is Varg.
You're doomed.
I'm amazed you don't hate
Well,
them more.
actually, no. Andarin Leia is a druid. Speaking of, she was with them. Where did they go?
They were headed towards the central spire, but I know not where they're going from there.
Hmm.
I imagine it should be easy to follow them if you're that daring. They did not bother to wipe their feet.
I'm going to look around and assume there's dirt tracked everywhere.
There's a bit of dirt, but it's mostly just damp footprints around. And some of them are actual footprints, not boot prints.
Yes, that is rather convenient. I'm going to follow those.
Alrighty. On his lead, you reach the central spire easily enough. You can't hear anyone on the spiral staircase, however, from this landing.
Well, let's see. Did they go up or down?
Make a survival check.
Oh boy. I think that's one of those things I have no points in.
Then make a wisdom check.
Hey, that feeling you have, I don't have any points in it, and I suck at it, that's Varg all the time with everything.
Yeah.
Except perception.
Yep, that's the one thing you can do.
I spy with my little eye a book. Someone else read it. I can't be buggered.
Nail on the head.
You managed to pick out a faint footprint, rapidly drying, leading down the staircase.
Down the staircase we go.
You reach the bottom, and as you're approaching the bottom, you can hear voices down below. And as you reach the very bottom of the stair, you find yourself suddenly flanked by two very tall, very thick-armed and chested men, both human, in very druidic garb, who interpose themselves just slightly.
Hello.
Yeah, you're not impressing him, he's seen Varg.
Is Thunder in the Elvalea here?
She is.
I'm going to assume you either recognize me and don't care, or don't recognize me.
You recognize neither of these men.
I'll assume you're here about Var, because there's nothing here to be here about.
Because clearly the universe revolves around Varg.
And you're with the university?
No, I'm with Varg.
Ah. She who stalked would be pleased to see you up ahead. And they let you pass.
Thank you.
Alia.
Yes.
You're probably done your morning meal by now, and Amesua is reading a novel not too far away. When you receive a sending.
Awesome.
It's probably a good thing Varg can't use sending while inside the prison.
Yeah,
They
those
probably
are
block
pretty
it, though.
nasty messages.
Yeah, you would. They'll probably block it after a bit, but yeah, there'll be some real foul things coming out of there.
Oh boy. You think Ephraim would be a little smarter than that?
Although it is strictly words, you get the impression that he's passing that message along without much faith.
You're just encouraging her to show up and make everything worse. Which I am all for.
quote-unquote vouch.
A few minutes pass, and then
How many words does sigh in ascending take up?
one, if you use the word sigh.
Hmm.
Okay, off I go then.
How shall you approach the university?
I will walk.
So be it.
It's not too terribly long of a walk. About 12, 15 minutes later, you push through the crowd that is still wildly gossiping about the people who arrived to the university, and didn't arrive by circle. The guards are getting used to your presence and let you in without being challenged. And the proctor there looks up and thinks a moment, then recognizes you and waves.
Okay, I'm going in.
And several minutes down the stairs brings you to the landing, where two very burly human men in druidic attire block your way at the bottom of the stair.
Hello.
Neither one blinks.
Well, I was asked to show up. What's going on?
Ah, you are the Ripken woman.
Yeah, that'd be me.
Good. They will see you over yon. He gestures an arm and stands back to the side.
I will go over yon. This is the part where the druids all jump me.
So there's soft chattering from all sides. There's actually about, not including the two guys at the stair, there's actually 12 druids here. And that's in addition to Amnarin the Ovalea, who is just sitting on a bench near the jail, near one of the jail doors. Pardon. And she looks like she's fuming just a little, but is keeping quiet about it. Acorial is also here. And the druids are all having small conversations in groups of 2 or 3.
Hello again, Alia. Having a nice day.
Yes, my men are indeed becoming stronger. Considering one of them got beat up by a cat, that's not really much.
He probably did.
Well, cats are tricky.
Well, yes, 6 of them can kill a normal person in about 3 seconds. We all knew that.
The susurrations of conversation around you are beginning to grow a little more agitated.
Gonna turn to She Who Stalks. Well, what exactly is the protocol here?
The council is debating among each other whether or not, when they have Varg released, whether he is going to be forced to go with them, or simply forced to pay proper consequence for what he has done. They seem very divided on the subject.
What would be the proper consequence?
I think they mean killing him.
Well, generally the proper consequence for willingly giving up your blood to something demonic is they don't tolerate your presence for very long.
How do they know that?
Because you mentioned it
Did
in
not.
the mansion.
Oh. Poop.
Is this something I should be
out.
familiar with?
I am honestly surprised Varg has kept that secret for this long.
As am I, actually.
He did a pretty good job.
Is this something I should be familiar with and forgetting, or just something I wasn't there for?
Your character actually wouldn't know by this point because Varg is actually somewhat subtle about this one thing.
Okay then.
Well,
One.
old Aaliyah knew and chose not to tell anybody, but now new Aaliyah doesn't know.
Mm-hmm.
Could you repeat that, please? About demons and blood and...
She pauses a moment. Varg mentioned offhand something about giving up blood for giving up his blood, and how he is offended that he wouldn't that he would have to give it up even more.
You know,
And
typically the things like blood sacrifices are not very pleasant things.
Yes, that's why I went to the council, and one of them decided to look into the matter.
I think you're forgetting about Rainbow Blood Pony.
I will continue to forget about Rainbow Blood Pony, thank you.
Apparently, Varg has been sacrificing a small tithe of blood to a snake that approaches him every new moon.
Worship who I want. You got someone who doesn't want you to worship something. Hold on, I looked this up.
And the council are going to see fit to deal with this threat like they would any other blood sacrificer. Even if he is giving it up willingly.
Making deals with a snake does sound pretty stupid.
I think you're missing the point. He's not dealing with the snake.
Snakes love blood.
Right, they're both dumb.
See, and they're not pleasant, so we've come back around.
The conversations around you are beginning to align a bit. You're seeing them make it in small groups together. They're now starting to make small gestures with their hands. And after they all show their hands together, and then the group nods, and the members split off to join with other groups, and those groups explode, and they seem to be taking some sort of consensus.
98% of them believe global warming is real and man-made.
Not a bad number. Chief Stocks, do you have an opinion on this?
She gestures you closer.
I'll move closer.
I am supposed to. She leans back and continues watching them, trying to pick up the conversations.
We have no strong feelings one way or the other.
Finally, the conversations all stop within just the span of a couple seconds, and one of them comes forward, stands before the three of you. You are here to speak for the character of the accused.
I will answer
suppose
any
so.
questions you have truthfully, yes.
She who stalks nods. Very well, then. We bring accusation that that Varg Blooddrinker
There you go. That's a nice neutral way of saying it.
has been sacrificing his blood, quite probably to a demonic entity. We intend to question him as to the exact truth of this, and act on the answer. This council remains somewhat divided on how he shall be punished. Do you have anything to say for his character?
Honestly, blood sacrifice, not really surprising to me. That totally explains why his first instinct whenever we go anywhere is to get gigantic and bring the whole place down.
This has been illuminated to us.
To be fair, not that surprising to me either. Varg generally likes to take the most blunt or destructive path of doing something.
Yes, and many times I'll try to leave our enemies alive and he'll just eat them.
Good thing I have my friends here, otherwise I might actually survive this. No one wants that.
And not to mention he's constantly drinking.
Okay, that's just a natural.
Yeah, are you really going to blame the guy for drinking?
Considering what you guys have been through, I mean, come on.
No, drinking booze.
I know.
I keep my point.
Yeah, you guys have been through some shit.
Guy doesn't go 5 minutes without taking a glug of wine.
With Varg's constitution, I don't think he was barely drunk most of the time.
Yeah.
Very well. You posit the case, therefore, that he is suffering. Would you agree?
I wouldn't agree with that. I think he's too stupid to know what suffering is.
That depends entirely on your definition of suffering.
I don't know. Ask him, you bunch of... No, whatever.
I honestly don't think he's intelligent enough to understand the concept of suffering. I've seen him lose to actual insects at games of chess.
See, his
He might
intelligence is
actually
not
be
being
too
disputed.
stupid to comprehend things. Go for like a, hey, make him smarter, then we'll accuse him of crap.
His intelligence is not being disputed in my case. But given how often he has inflicted suffering on people who need it, I think he understands it.
I honestly think he's just running on animal instinct most of the time.
That's probably the correct one.
He is a giant alligator most of the time.
The man takes in your responses, and
But yeah, that is a thought. Varg is not the best on the intelligence scale. If you're going to question him, maybe you should try and change that a bit.
Oh, mine woe has been great. How
Oh,
hast I done the things I have done?
He suddenly grows
Isn't
a
that-
conscience.
and turns Shakespearean.
Yeah.
He was a
What-
poet
what's
at
that
heart.
one-
Who knew?
What's that one play or movie, I forget, where they pick up the little orphan off the street and turn it into a proper lady?
Oh,
That episode of Family Guy.
not sure why not.
You could
My
totally
Fair
do
no.
that.
Lady?
The knife of the wife is
maybe.
the life of the wife is ended by the knife.
I don't know.
Very
yeah,
well.
That's My Fair Lady. Yeah.
In that case, with the respective opinion that you offer to this council, the council remains divided.
Varg is a very polarizing person.
That
time he
has
tried to
been
teach me your wedding.
illuminated to us.
No, I'm joking. I wouldn't say that.
Very well. We
That'd be a
shall.
good way to get him killed, though.
We are forced to question the accused himself.
Random question:
That'll be
How long has Varg been in that vault cage jail now?
About 5 days.
Long enough to get good and pissed off.
Right. Either erect a wall when you open it, or find a way that doesn't see you at first.
With that, the druids begin fanning out across the room, and some of them disappear into the shadows. One of them takes the form of a very large rhinoceros, and
Not large enough.
and a few of them brandish staves and stand to the sides of the room.
I'm going to do what I did last time and float to the ceiling.
Varg,
Hello.
5 days ago you became imprisoned.
Oh, he swears a lot.
How did you spend your first day?
Boozed up.
When the booze ran out, how did you spend your second day?
Sobering up. Took a
When
while.
the sober ran out, how did you spend your third day?
Probably punching everything within arm's reach.
With the walls cracked badly and parts of the ceiling on the floor, how did you spend your fourth day?
In rest, realizing that was a dumb idea.
And how did you spend your fourth night?
Meditating at that point, trying to look within himself for the secrets of the universe or something. He sees smart people do this and suddenly figure out things. So he thinks if he thinks hard enough, he might actually find a way out. This will rapidly run out, and he'll lose patience within a day, but it's not been long enough for that to happen. So
It's a valid thought.
The
he
fifth,
doesn't actually know how people figure things out. He just assumes they're thinking about something. So currently, he's probably thinking about like what he's going to do when he gets out.
Mm-hmm. All
He
right.
doesn't actually understand the thought process that required to like.
The fifth morning has arrived. Do you pray for spells?
Yep. Like he always does. He doesn't. I'm assuming he has some way to know in the morning. If not, he just prays every other hour.
Having spent the night in contemplation of the universe, or at least trying to figure out how you do that,
How many pieces can an elf be torn into while still being an elf?
That's a good question.
7.
You think so? Could be.
how many roads must a man walk down before he must bind his feet?
1.
Yeah, just a really long one.
You pray for your powers in the morning, and for the first time in quite a while, a whispering voice responds. You dare beg me for power.
Beg is not the word I would use, but sure.
I
Entreat.
told you to release me.
It takes time.
And here you are festering in some mortal prison.
And it won't be much longer.
How do you know?
There's always a way out.
There is a way out.
Listening.
You, slender as you are, pitiful creature you are, have become my 101st prison. Can you imagine my disappointment?
101st. Didn't I free two?
You dare argue semantics with your god! And you feel pain racking through your body.
No, I don't. I'm sorry, I don't. Curls up. No, I don't.
What good are you in a prison of your own when you were supposed to free me from mine?
It's unexpected. I did not think they had this kind of thing. I was stupid. I should have just killed everyone. But I didn't think they'd throw me back in. I thought I'd trust them.
Your pitiful desperation to quell and please your mortal friends and acquaintances has failed me. You have sacrificed to me before, but I am sick of waiting for your sacrifices to add up to anything meaningful.
I freed two of your shards. Who else has done such a thing in all the years that have been?
The wars are accelerating on the outer planes, and I am not there to slake my thirst on the fallout thanks to you.
Thanks to me, you have to free what other one would have been able to do what I have done. I have slain Jubilex. Take his position if you would. It is a step.
I intend to. But for now, I still need an instrument.
And I serve. It's a delay, nothing more. You're eternal. What is this to you? But a moment.
It is an agonizingly long moment. You cannot break free of this without relying on the sympathies of others. I can free you from this prison, but it will cost you.
So what will it cost?
I claim your body as my own.
And what happens to me?
You remain so long as you are useful. And should you be useful enough, perhaps you will come back to it.
I've eternally been useful. I have served you in all ways, made my sacrifices, and slain more creatures
And
in this
they have
magic
added
world.
up to this prison.
This prison is temporary. I will be freed soon. My friends won't let me stay. The world is always in trouble. I'm one of the few things that can stop other things. They know that. You know that. They have no choice but to free me.
And will
In
you
fact,
call
you could
upon
speed
their
that up
sympathies
yourself.
again?
You could just... It's not their sympathies. It's their need of me. I needed. If they were at all sympathetic, I wouldn't even be here. Sympathetic. Synthetic?
Are they artificial or do they feel sorry for me? What's the difference? Hmm.
could just cause a disaster that would cause the need of me, and then I'd appear and just deceive them, just make it seem like there's a great disaster approaching, and then when they free me to deal with it as they're going to, just have it go away.
I put it to you. Varg, my instrument.
Mm.
You have until the next new moon. And on that new moon, if you have not yet freed me, the serpent that comes for your blood will not accept a willing sacrifice.
Free you within your entire immortal godhood, or just your avatar? Because one is way harder than the other.
You find yourself speaking into an empty cell as you feel your soul fill with the warmth of power once more.
Varg starts seriously thinking about how to get out and running through every spell that exists in the druid list.
Are you going to change your current prepared spells any?
Yes, I'm going to a little bit.
Go ahead. Speaking of
inventory,
which,
right?
Coriel, if you have any changes to make to yours.
Right, yeah. Let me take this quick look.
Where did Varg get to? There, he's not moving inventory. Where is he?
Yep, just a second.
He is invisible.
Should be visible now.
Can't click him though.
No?
No.
Oh, I got it. There you go.
Hooray! Okay, so I'm doing this. If there's any other minor things that need to be done, otherwise, I'll just fiddle.
It is a blocking process, so I will give you an Coriel a minute.
Alright.
I only had one empty spell slot and the rest were okay, so I'm done already.
Okay.
Since I would have cast Overland Flight earlier, I will have an empty spell slot.
And Alia, did you bring Amesua with, or did you leave her with the men?
I would have brought her with me.
Okay.
If I'm getting slaughtered, she's getting slaughtered too.
Acknowledged.
Although she can't unless he has evil spells. I don't know if Varg's smart enough to know that.
You can bring her to a negative $1 billion, so he'd probably do that. And then just
Oh
leave.
no, she'll eventually come back. She's.
I know, he just doesn't know that. Like, he'd stomp her into pace, then leave, and she would generate in like 8 days.
She won't even go unconscious. She has endurance and die hard.
So the blob will be attacking him? Well, at that point, he just gets annoyed, pins her to the ground, and hurls her somewhere uncomfortable. Okay, anyway, yeah, I need to do this. Let me...
It's only a flesh wound.
Okay, I'm
The new
just
character
gonna.
is totally gonna have Hellfire Ray.
Yeah, it's smart.
Just gonna refill my drink. Be back in a second.
If you're killed by it, you make a will save or go to hell.
I will also be right back.
Make a will save or go to hell. That's my favorite spell.
It's only a model.
I return and I have Pocky.
I hate it when websites ask you to give a password for the account you're creating, but don't tell you what the restrictions are until you hit enter, and then they erase all the fields except your the email address that you wanted to register, so you have to fill it all in again with a
Yep.
password that meets the.
Ugh.
None of the wizard specializations seem weird enough for me.
Oh crap, it's the last day of the summer sale.
Grab what you can while you can.
The problem is I have most of this already.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Almost done.
Yep, yep.
We are all so doomed.
Everyone's doomed. The world is doomed. Everything is doomed.
So what's this blindness curse you were talking about?
Well, we didn't have any violence the last time Varg was let out of his cell. I wonder if it'd be different this time.
Considering the amount of time he's taking to prepare his spells.
You'd be surprised.
Be
Varg has
surprised
suddenly
that
become a
what?
pacifist.
Everything.
That would be surprising.
Okay, 30 slots of Goodberry.
No.
Sticks to snakes in every slot.
Oh. Although that'd be hilarious against a bunch of wizards who all their magic stage become snakes.
Just gonna leave, have stone wall in every slot, and make a castle somewhere.
This is my castle. Go away.
He's done that before. It got sieged by an army.
I won.
I want to be a full spellcaster, but I don't know which ones are the best. But wizard all seems boring.
I'm done. Some of them I don't have a choice on. Like, Varg is actually a druid of destruction, so...
Yeah, domain. Technically, you can leave your domain spell slots unprepared.
Yeah, but that's kind of silly to do for him.
Yes, it would be.
How many druids are here to take them on?
There are 14 druids plus Amnarinli Ilvalea plus you two. 3.
Hope
And
you had the
Mesua.
foresight to stat them all. Because I can tell exactly where this is going.
I've statted enough of them, I hope. Either that, or I'm going to have to be forced to make the Druids Council, the Nature's Council roll random. No.
Roll on a D100. What spell comes up?
That's where we just all
Magic
die.
missile.
Rolls wish and wishes that everyone in this room except for him were dead.
Well, they can cast Miracle, I think. So.
No, druids can't cast miracle. We have no world-changing power in that sense. As a druid, I can tell you that for sure. We do not have miracle.
Not even limited wish?
Nope, not even limited wish. It's not a druid thing, apparently. We don't do that. We don't perform miracles. We don't, wish by the power of power and create shit. We mostly just cause earthquakes and other such things.
I suppose
Cause
you could be a
earthquakes
cleric
and
and just
walk
play
through
it like a
plants.
mage.
Yeah, the druid spell list is kind of boring at that point because, the 9th level stuff, 3 of the things is summon something.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of cool things, but that's not exactly a 9th level spell, that changes the world.
Is there any downside to just being a cleric and playing it as a mage?
Not really. You can just be a cleric who simply researches divinity as a magical school and is considered fucking crazy because of that.
Well, in any case.
I'm done. Whatever's happening is happening.
Okay.
Yep. Alright. The druids arrange themselves around the room and ask you two to either be prepared or stand well clear.
I'm always prepared.
Sword is staying in its sheath, but I'll have my hand on it.
And please do cede to the will of this council.
See.
Was that supposed to be a pun?
It's a very terrible pun.
It was
It's
not.
a druid pun.
Or horrible
Let's-
puns.
Let's wing it.
Frankly, if Var goes on any sort of mad killing spree, I'm going to float here and hope that it doesn't go for me.
High-end score, everyone.
All right. One of the druids gestures with his staff and seems to be concentrating very hard, and the lever on the far wall is pushed up. There is a slight thunk, whoosh sound, and the discolored portion of wall at the far end of the chamber slides aside, revealing a mildly damaged cell with Varg inside. Varg!
As of the second, he probably had his staff out and was looking it over for anything because he's had this thing a long time. Excessively long time. And all he knows is that he can charge it with blood and it can shoot out insects now and then. And this was the possession of a very powerful being, and it can also open the door of the mansion. So he's thinking that there might maybe be a little more to this, and he's just sort of sat on for eternity. But as he's interrupted during that,
So Varg is sitting on the floor studying his rod.
you may all gasp in horror.
He's used to it. Woo!
Varg, you look out the doorway that opens to your... directly in front of you, actually.
Looks up.
And you see, out in the adjoining room, Alia, Coriol, assuming he is staying visible,
Yes, I'll wave.
Amesua, and a gaggle of druids.
That is, in fact, the correct term for a group of druids. Good job.
One of them stands at the center of the room, completely unafraid, and speaks. Varg Blooddrinker.
Clark just smiles at them all. So what is destroying the world today?
With any luck, not you.
That
We
would
come
be
to have you
preferable.
answer for your possible crimes against the Nature's Council. Will you
Oh, I've
stand a
offended you
peaceful?
now.
Will you stand a peaceful trial before us?
Very well.
You may stand, but please leave everything you're carrying on the floor.
Okay, everything, or just the stick?
You may keep your clothing.
Right. Wait, why do you want me to leave my stick behind? Yeah, screw it. I want this back. He dunks the stick in the ground, gets up to his entire height, and moves to walk out.
For the record, how tall is Varg?
When he's not shapeshifted into a large creature, he is roughly little short of 7 feet tall, but that's just average for lizardmen.
And that's when he's not wearing those pauldrons that take him up to 12 to 14 foot.
Mm-hmm. And he is wearing them, so he is 12 to 14 foot. He's probably around 13, to be honest.
The man puts out a hand. All that you carry.
I thought you said you didn't want me to strip.
The cloak, the pauldrons, the bracers, the boots, the helmet.
You want my shinies. Alright, give me a minute. This is gonna take a while. Take that, take the hat off, and the armor. Roughly 5 minutes later, there's a very big pile of really magical stuff on the floor. And at that point, it's probably clear he has a tattoo around his right bicep. Other than that, I can't take off the tattoo.
We do not yet ask you to.
A dumb thing to ask. That's
well,
everything.
I suppose you could. It would just hurt very much.
Don't give them ideas.
You may step forward.
Steps forward. He's probably just wearing more or less kind of raggedy leathers.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much all he has, that's just clothes. Normally just wears the armor and that's about it.
Okay. Varg Blooddrinker, this council carries but 2 questions for you.
Good.
Answer them to our satisfaction, and you will be permitted to live as you like.
He grins a bit. I think others might have a word or two to say about if I lived exactly how I wanted, but go on.
The key word is live. Answer these questions to our dissatisfaction, and we shall return you to nature for the remainder of your days.
He just gestures with a palm, like, go on.
To what entity do you give blood sacrifice?
He seems to be rolling that around in his head a bit. Will I be punished for what I say? Or are you merely
You will be
asking?
punished only for your intentions from this day forward.
Alright then. You're Odysseus.
There's some muttering among the druids around the room. Varg, you speak Druidic.
Yep.
Do you care enough about what they are saying?
A decent amount. Considering this is the only secret he has.
It seems that from the whispers around the room, I know your perception can make the check, don't bother with it.
Okie dokie.
From the whispers around the room, it seems 2 of them suspected so. Several of them are in disbelief. Some of them say how many prisons had been breached. And Amnarin the Ilvalea seems relieved.
Okay.
Will anyone except the druids here know who Odysseus is?
Roll a knowledge history, and then a knowledge religion. I actually know this one, because at first it's history, because it's actually something from the way past.
It's religion. You're asking about something mythic.
Oh, is it mythic now? I mean, I guess it would be mythic at this point. Oh, natural 1. You know your finger.
That was fun.
So, Knowledge religion. You know who Eudersius is. That's one of the banished gods. At some point, for crimes that vary depending on on who you ask, what culture around the world. There was some crime that Eudersius committed, and for it, it was decided that he would be imprisoned in perpetuity, but he could not be kept in one piece because he was far too potent. He would corrupt any prison he was left in. So he was broken into 100 pieces and scattered across the mortal realms where it would be hardest to find him. So
Alright.
goes the story.
That does not paint the best picture for Varg, but okay.
He is a destructive serpent god who in most legend, never seems to want anything other than for the world to crumble around him.
Well, that fits.
Yes, it does.
Everyone knows the world wants that destructive serpent. It's asking for it.
Anyways,
I'm just not going to comment. Keep going.
I'm just gonna shrug at Varg.
the second question the Nature's Council has to put to you, Varg Blood Drinker. Will you renounce?
Renounce what? Booze?
Eudersius?
Starts grinding his teeth. If I consider such an option, I lose his favor. If I lose his favor, I'm currently in debt to him. Think about that.
Of the few pieces of wisdom that the elusive Gozra has ever given to mortal kind, he gave to the Druidic Order one, and precisely one, commandment.
We have
world
commandments?
command, then. The world must go on. Eudersius is anathema to the divine plan of the existence of the mortal realms.
I didn't think he planned to destroy it, to be fair. He probably was just going to situate himself somewhere uncomfortable and then blow a big hunk of it off.
Eudersius is one of the several all-devourers known to Galerion. His presence cannot be abided.
If I were to give that up, if I were to renounce him, not only would he consume me, but he'd consume a great deal more than just me.
You value your pact with Eudersius more than you do your life?
No, I value, if I renounce my pact, I'm a walking dead thing. In fact, I'm worse than a dead thing. I'm probably a possessed thing.
So will you renounce?
Clark stamps his feet and is just like he's stuck between a rock and a hard place and he hates it. Is he outside the prison, by the way? Like, they asked him to step out, so I presume.
You're standing in that entry room where there was the guy with the desk, but the desk has been cleared out, the jailkeeper. You are not out in the main chamber, which leads to the staircase yet.
Hey, Varg, could you clarify on that whole possessed thing?
Well... He, looks really uncomfortable. Remember what they said about prisons? Or what, prisons, about the legend of Eudersius prisons?
Don't drop the soap.
That
Odysseus's 100 prisons, yes.
Yeah.
tattoo isn't for show.
Just gonna run a hand over my face and be quiet.
There's
Okay,
a
I
bunch
have
of,
a dumb person question.
There's a bunch of muttering among the druids, but go ahead.
It's not like in character one, it's an out of character one.
Okay.
It's a thought. Is there any potted plants in this room?
There are not.
Damn.
Are you hoping to do a swan dive through a fern?
Yes.
Does a
Mark
druid
can't
have
answer this
tree
question.
count? Can you dive into the antlers of a druid?
I don't know. Antlers are
Only
from
if
animals.
the vines are still growing thick.
It's a druid. There's a good chance it might. Dwarg really cannot answer this question. He's screwed either way he answers. I'm just looking over what he could do. Anything he could do. Other than just... I don't know.
That's when Varg cast Disintegrate on himself.
No.
And so I died.
Varg breathes out in a very long hiss and just says, I can't. If I either you presented me with death and death, what answer can I give? I renounce him, he possesses me and kills everything. I don't renounce him, you all kill me. I ask only for a chance to be freed, to get myself out of his debt.
We offer you the chance to return to Gozra's arms in his forgiveness.
And Gozra can lay claim to me when Odysseus has so thoroughly indebted in myself to him.
It will be, as you say, immaterial, your mortal debts.
No,
I
so you're
say
gonna kill
go
me either
for
way.
it.
Well, you're just gonna kill me no matter what I say. Why are we having this conversation?
Yes, I will admit, your position places us in such a way that you cannot be permitted to roam free. Even if your will was to renounce Odysseus, he could claim you. We offer another path. To return to nature.
Is there a reason why Odysseus isn't intervening on this?
He's waiting to see what my decision is.
We currently stand under a hallowed protection.
Oh, I'm sure that's helpful.
Log looks around, breathes out, and fast shape changes to an octopus to grab his gear before trying to cast Burrow. Actually, that's the wrong order. Burrow cast, quick shape change to an octopus, grab my shit as a move action. You may now all do shit to me. Fiendish octopus.
Yes, you may declare that is what you are liking to do. Roll
Yeah.
your initiative for this surprise round.
Yeah, I rolled high.
You three may do the same. Well, and then oh, hold on. I forgot. Initiative is tracked per map. Let me move you to the right map here.
Oh, but I got 31.
Yeah. Don't worry. I'll reapply those effects. I'll just need to manually set it.
I'll just wait till we hit the next map.
Oh, what size octopus?
Big enough to reach my gear. So huge, most likely.
That's That's going to be an interesting trick. 1 minute.
If they're within the square, they're just on my square.
I know.
They're pushed out of it.
You've been asked to step forward out of the jail cell.
Oh, yeah, he's outside the door. Let me see the map and I'll tell you how big I get, right?
I know. 1 minute.
So he's half in, half out. He can just 5-foot step as a free action. I mean, the goal here is just to give him enough reach to grab his shit.
I think you've forgotten how big I told you the prison was.
It's pretty big. But he has to be at least 10 feet out of the prison, because that's the edge of, like, I'm not in the prison anymore.
And give me just a second, still dropping tokens.
Alright, I just made Varg the proper size.
I'm dropping acid.
Why?
Because why not?
Yep, hold on just a second. Just need to let my wife in.
I suppose I'll roll initiative now.
Well, he wouldn't have dropped his stuff there.
Will I ever get a good initiative? Well, to be fair, I basically just need a 20.
Let's see here.
There we go. That'll do. That'll do just fine.
While we wait, a joke. What did the
Well,
pirate say on his 80th birthday?
I don't know. What did he say on his 88th birthday?
His 80th, not his 88th.
Oh, 80th. Yeah, I still don't know.
Aye, matey.
Oh, god damn it.
What's a pirate's favorite letter?
R.
I know this one. C.
Yes, you would think so, but they prefer the C.
The sea be their first love.
Fun.
Bring back Travis.
I could. Though he also wants
Don't.
slight vengeance on everyone.
Don't bring back Travis.
My grandfather had the heart of a lion and a lifetime ban to the New York City Zoo. Is there a hole in your shoe?
No.
But how'd you get your foot into it?
Oh, clever man.
Is there a hole in your socks?
Yes.
Then you should probably get some new socks.
Fuck you with a stick. Oh god, the druids.
I imagine the druids will not be kind.
And there's a couple more further out in the hall, but I'll only bring them in if they are needed.
It might be.
Depends on if Varg's running or fighting.
He's trying to run, but if he has to, he'll start fighting.
Okay, let's see here.
This farm is actually really effective for him because it's going to really piss off the druids. And the wizards if they're in the room.
Check. And good. All right. Rolls.
Only one to beat Varg was Ilya so far. Okay, they have
the other guy.
tied with Varg, whoever that is.
Okay, Varg, what's your initiative modifier?
Not as high as a 7.
6.
Yeah, not as high as a 7.
I said set his initiative bit.
So I don't get a surprise round or anything? I know they all were kind of ready for squabbles.
You-
Alright.
Little
Yeah,
bit.
Yeah. So this is.
I wasn't busting in through the window, so.
Yeah, this is you standing there, looking nervous, and then
Violence.
fuck it, I'm an octopus.
Actually, I'm going to be a squid, weirdly enough.
Only druids will respond to a dangerous circumstance by turning into an animal.
Yeah.
Mages can.
You can, but they probably just throw a fireball at it.
Or some other thing. Druids are the only
Uh.
one whose first response is bear.
Okay, so Alia, you notice Varg shifty eyes a bit, sigh, and you suspect he's about to try to bolt. You've come to know him fairly well.
I get a full round?
No, you get a move action, or no, a single action. Like this is a surprise round.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to attempt to keep him in the room by casting Vengeful Outrage on him, with the Vengeful Outrage directed at myself.
Oh boy.
So I roll a will save.
Yes.
Is this
You
just a really
place him.
fancy way of committing suicide?
Net
No,
20
I'm
for
the
a
only one who's
39.
just a... Oh yeah, you beat the will save. It's all I
It
can
was
do
a
with
20, I
round.
should hope so. Let's see here. Is there any...
Basically, she was trying to enrage him to the point of murder the shit out of her.
And
which would
don't
delay
leave.
him.
Yes. If it... Yep, will fully negates it. Okay.
That was level 5, okay.
So now it's the whoever beat Varg and then Varg.
Okay. Let's see here. All right. He actually, because he was the one talking with you, he doesn't have anything prepared and at hand. So,
Turned into a rhino.
no. He draws a bone sword.
Woo!
Neat.
That's what they're
Varg.
calling it now.
Do I have a full turn or just a surprise?
Surprise.
Oh boy. I can't afford for everyone else to get a surprise round on me. And if you all just do stupid stuff, it's still a whole lot of rounds of druids doing shit. So only one action of any single sort.
Yes. Move or
Regardless of the
standard. You can still shove a swift or free in there, but
Alright, swift action. I would like to be a kraken. Oh wait, no, sorry. Fiendish squid. That's a little smarter. Fiendish squid. Huge size. Why? Because squids have an obscene reach.
I didn't know I could get a
Let's see.
Swift. I would have started Dirge of Doom.
you may.
There, now you have 2 less on that will save that you got a nat 20 on. Wahaha.
Oh wow, okay. Essentially,
let's
okay, the squid does not reach a reach, but the kraken does, specifically for its arms and tentacles difference. So 60 feet with arm when they're gargantuan, so that goes down to 50 feet. So the 50-foot reach with the arms, which, if you're curious, I am facing that way with my arms, so I can, grab my shit. So for simplicity's sake, I should probably just put Congo in a kraken. Hold on.
So you're turning into a, is it a huge?
I'm turning into a fiendish squid, huge size. That'd be just laying on the ground, looking very, very dumb.
A huge squid has a reach of 15 feet.
Not according to the kraken entry. I'll turn into a kraken if you want to be really fucking nitpicky about whether or not a kraken has a completely different reach mechanic than a squid.
It does. Mechanically, a giant squid has a reach of 15 feet. The giant squid's huge.
Rules lawyering up the ass. Fine, I'm a kraken.
Yeah, and actually I would say because it is a huge, long, where it tops out at 15. Besides, a squid and a kraken have completely different proportions.
No, it doesn't look like it
Plus,
to
a
me.
kraken's a magical beast, not an animal.
I'm a fucking kraken. I can turn to magical beasts at this point.
Yes.
I are
Yeah,
to
I'm
kraken.
just saying, they're 2 different things.
I am to kraken. I have unleashed the kraken.
We got a leash back on it, please?
No. They gave me no option but death. Kraken released.
Release
They
the
gave
kraken.
you the option to live out the remainder of your days as a crocodile, or maybe
Fuck
a
you.
large newt.
Double fuck you. I still have an
What
action.
about a small newt?
Yes, you have a standard or move.
I'm going to grab my shit to face them. Well, I'm gonna. It's more like draw it into me, like so it's with me.
You pick up an item.
All of my items. I have a
They're
bazillion
not
tentacles.
in a box. They're just all strewn on the floor.
You didn't think I?
You didn't stuff them into a backpack. You didn't put them in a chest.
And
When
it's
you
not even
did this
that-
with Alia's loot, it was in a chest.
Oh, so I can't just grab a handful or anything as a giant fucking tentacle monster.
I could let you grab 2, considering you've got 2 arms and 8 tentacles.
You did this so I wouldn't have any of my gear, you bastard.
They did this so you wouldn't have any of your gear, so that this is normal prisoner management here.
Oh, fine, we'll play your game. I'm grappling the druid leader.
Alrighty.
This is
Roll.
going to go swimmingly.
Alright. I had to recalculate a little.
Also, that was
Yep.
totally a pun. I didn't notice.
Which was a pun.
This is going to go swimmingly.
How's a 59 do?
Yes.
Let's see here. 59.
Druid leader.
Does Dirge of Doom affect that attack roll?
Let me
Oh,
double
just-
check. I'm pretty sure it makes them shaken, but I'll have to bring up the Bard page just a sec.
Do I get a will save against that?
No, Dirge of Doom is fucking awesome.
It's a bard song. You don't get a save.
That's tedious as all hell. Why don't you
I'm
use that
sorry,
more
you've
often?
been benefiting from bard songs for the entire campaign,
Yeah,
and
but
now
that's
you
how she's
want to bring
always
it up?
been buffing people. She's never done anything to derivative to anyone.
I've used Dirge of Doom a number of times.
I think I remember you doing something like it against the boss, Jubilex.
Yeah, she's used Dirge a few times.
Anything that's had a real high save that I thought I needed to get around, I've been using it on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, so it gives them all... It makes them shaken with no save.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't.
Takes a -2 penalty on attack rolls, saving throws, skill checks, and ability checks.
Okay. -2 penalty, and
You know what? Saw
damn,
this
you
noise.
still beat him by 1.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say saw it, but alright, I'll take him. So I grab him. He is mine.
You grab him.
I hurl him into the fucking room. My room. The one with my loot in it. In you go.
Not yet, you don't.
I know. Everyone else gets their surprise rounds. They're gone.
Okay.
So I picked up the leader. He's tasty.
She who stalks pulls out her bow.
Yes, you will contribute greatly.
And 5 footsteps, because... Emesua.
She's going to attempt her at-will hold monster on him and hope he gets a 1.
Seems legit.
I didn't get a 1.
Almost
21.
did.
-2 to that save. Shaken.
Yeah, that brings it to 19. The DC was 8.
Okay.
It's worth a shot.
Hmm.
Okay. The druids en masse. First, this one who has one of the ones with his staff. He needs to make a.
Oh, wait, hold on. I have constrict in this form. Well, no, keep going. No, no, no. Oh, it's on tentacles. Okay, not on the arms. Never mind. Sorry, I've never turned into a kraken before. I know it sounds weird, but I've never done it.
Go figure. DC's just 20. Okay. Okay. He successfully activates telekinesis on his staff, pulls the lever, and closes the door to the prison.
Alright, well, he has to kill everyone now. So now he's got to kill like everyone to get his stuff back, and he's not leaving without his stuff. He might call upon Eudercius at this point, which would be bad.
This one.
I'm trying to figure out how much reach I got.
This one begins casting a spell. Does anyone care to try and figure out what spell?
I will.
Which one is this? Okay, yeah, might as well. I'm gonna grab him. If I get an AOL, I can reach him. I got 2 arms. I'll slide him.
I don't have spellcraft, so I can't.
Alright, I am grappling. Come on.
If you hit him with one of your if you hit him with one of your arms or tentacles with an attack, then you can grab them as well. But for the moment, you're grappling and can't make AOs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you go to 42. He is casting a high up summon monster.
Okay, this room is gonna get really fucking crowded and like really fucking quick.
It really is.
Mark's already dominating most of the room with tentacles. Do you really want more?
Now I feel like I'm in Japan.
Let's see here. This one is... this one is putting on some wooden knuckles. Probably ironwood.
We really, really hope.
This one turns into an earth elemental. And this one, what was his gimmick? Come on, damn it. 60. Ah, there we go. Varg, do you have spell resistance?
It's a Kraken. That's a good question. No, I just have weird immunities.
Okay. In that case, I need you to make a will save.
Why is everyone targeting Will? Stop
Will's your good
targeting
save.
Will!
Because it's a good thing to target.
Target reflex, you pussies.
And you beat the DC.
Will's your good save. Why are you complaining?
I know, but here's the thing. Will is the win or die spell, and I don't like those.
Mm-hmm.
Belf polymorph. Yay.
Okay, and this last one is activating his staff. Okay, I need to do a check, passed, and check, passed. Okay. Barg, you notice this one gesturing his staff is wearing a very strange headdress, even for druid standards. It like normally they wear some sort of like animal
Skull.
totem thing if they wear anything. This one, on the other hand, is wearing a very simple woven woven leather strand crown. And it strikes you that that it's made up of several different leathers.
Good for him. What's he doing with that?
It is just very unusual that he should stand out so much from this otherwise, fairly normal crowd. I need you to make 2 fortitude saves
Alrighty.
and take the worst.
Let me calculate. $32 is worse than 44.
Okay.
This is my good save.
Yes, it is. Your skin quivers, but you maintain your shape.
That's a good.
And that druid mutters a soft curse and begins preparing his staff to try again. Coriel.
Going to cast Walk Through Space, and just offhandedly mention that I've never seen Varg turn to a Kraken before. And that's it.
Mark burble something about that being correct.
I'm actually going to delay my turn to just before Emma's.
Okay,
I'm going to work together with her on something.
sounds good.
Druid leader.
Yes, he is holding that bone sword.
And he's grappled.
Yes, he is.
You gonna do about that something, son, or you just gonna die like a punk?
Oh, by the way, he got grappled, so he should have been moved adjacent to you. My bad.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Okay. He is attacking you.
Okay. Swing better.
Yeah.
There's this thing that's going on. Punch. Okay, let me calculate, so give me 2 seconds.
Yes, I know you're nude.
Yeah, I know I'm noob too.
Sorry, I actually meant to delay my turn till after Emma's turn. Thank you.
What'd you roll? Missed by 1. Just 1, though.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's only because the Kraken has really good natural armor. Okay.
In that case, he's... Oh, well, he could roll better, actually.
He doesn't, though.
Not that much better, and probably not
How's
even...
he full attacking in a grapple, exactly?
I thought you only couldn't do anything that required both hands.
You can full attack and a grapple as long as you're not using both hands with your weapon.
Yeah, never mind then. I butt my lip. Nope.
Yeah, that's not any better either. Okay. He smacks at your thick hide futilely.
Neat.
Barg.
Okay, I need to seriously think. He's just outmatched without his gear on. I mean, he had his gear on, I'd think about it. But without his gear, he can't win. So if he knows he can't win, he's aware of that, knows his only recourse is to kill everything in this room, he might just call upon Odysseus. Like, alright, fair enough. Screw them all. Turn this place into a fucking crater. But that's a bad. I can't see any other way for Varg out of this. Druids have no escape mechanisms. Like, none. 0. None reliable escape mechanisms. If there was a potted plant, I would have taken that. I literally would have taken a potted plant, but there was none, so I got nothing.
Wait,
Okay,
is that
I'm
a
gonna-
level within? Is that a lever within his reach that opens the door? Because that's hilarious.
Just fucking, I'm gonna pull that lever then. Move action, pull lever. What happens?
You reach out with a tentacle and pull that lever. Oh, I have a legitimate question here. 1 second.
It
Can I
unleashes
reach
a
it?
new-
Yes.
It unleashes another Kraken.
The Krakens have been unleashed. The world is ending. Krakens from the sky.
I prefer another Kraken than another Varg.
Why is there another? Why were they holding a Kraken above this room?
Where else did you hold a Kraken? Little sign below it. Do not pull. Kraken.
He's the rare land Kraken.
At least once a month, some new acolyte pulls it thinking it's a joke.
And the Kraken comes down and devours him.
That's what we call schmuck beat. That's the kind of crap I fall for.
That's the kind of crap Varg has to go for because he has no choice now.
Okay, good. Doing that does not draw an AOO is what I had to double check the combat FAQ for. Alright, you pull upon that lever. There is a sort of whoosh, and there's a sort of whoosh noise.
Yay for
Pardon me.
Fushi. Neat. Well, Varg's gonna lose his gear, but it's that or not escape. Not much of a choice. Can always come back and get it later because he's pretty sure he can take this entire place if he has preparation. He is going to drop the leader. He can screw himself. Swift shape change into something exceedingly fast and small, so let me see what the fastest thing that exists there is. I don't know what the fastest thing there is. Sonic? Turn to a hedgehog.
Unfortunately,
Okay,
there were no
animals.
golden rings in this room.
That is very tiny Varg.
One time in Sonic 2, I hit a free man from the bottom, and it fell down and crushed me. I felt really pissed off.
The hell is this? Elemental animal. Third party. Like,
Yes.
what the fuck is that? 80 feet's pretty fast. Wait, what the fuck am I doing? How fast are we on? Yeah, 100 feet. Let's go with that. I turn into a small... Yeah, small is the smallest I can go. So small wind elemental. That's as small as you can go, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Then I leave. Then 100 feet. Straight. Zoom. Bye. Chris Varg leaves the building. Possibly the world.
Okay.
Actually, to be more specific, he is bull rushing that guy.
First, you need to get past the druid leader.
He can take a swing.
Yes, he may.
Let me see his change, so I need to look at it. Yeah, go ahead and do what you're doing.
I have no idea what you just said.
Go ahead and do what you're doing. I'm just looking at background crap. Okay, that one might hit. Yes, it hits.
Okay.
HP is roughly the same. That's good.
Okay, actually, you gotta start reading your spell descriptions, dude. It acts as elemental body. In order to to make a small one, it has to act as elemental body 1, in which case your speed would only be 60.
Okay. 2 then, so a medium? At this point, it doesn't matter which size he is.
Um,
27 versus fort save.
it's 60 in all of them except for 4, which would make you huge and give you a fly speed of 120.
That doesn't make sense. At all.
What part of it doesn't?
And you can't go to 120 as an elemental. You only have 100 listed. You only ever get 100. Like all shapes, sizes, and weight.
Elemental body 4, air elemental, as elemental body 1, except you blah blah blah, also gain fly 120 feet.
I believe wild shape tops out below that, actually. Like elemental body 3 or something.
Oh, okay.
No, it goes to elemental body 4 at his level. It goes to elemental body 4 at level 12.
Do I have to be huge?
Varg doesn't have 12 druid levels.
Oh, how many druid levels does he have?
10.
10.
Oh, okay. He can only go to elemental body 3, which means he can only be an air elemental with 60 feet of fly then.
Then I'm 60 feet fly. Well, that must be an eagle then, for all the difference it makes, and just go the 80 feet.
Yeah, I'm trying to help you out here, buddy.
Fair enough. Eagle then, 80 feet. 20 feet less doesn't really change the AC. Fort save is unchanged, 27.
Okay. And you took into account the dirge?
-2, 25.
Ah. Okay.
Wait, no. Yep, no, sorry. I did take it into account because I shape changed into a... Okay, yeah, alright. That is correct.
25 is?
27.
Okay.
27 is correct. That is the correct number that I wrote.
What shape? Oh, right. Never mind. Con-based. Dirge.
Yeah.
Okay. Check. Okay. He swipes at you with that bone sword, and it leaves a nasty gash on the underside of your wing.
Dick.
Proceed with your movement.
Do I have to bolt that guy to get out of here? Can I just leave?
Yeah, you can't just move through occupied spaces.
Alright, you get bull rush.
Never mind that there's these four. There's also the ones beyond them.
Alright, go ahead and everyone slap me because I got to bull rush this guy.
Okay. This guy with the ironwood knuckles takes a swing.
Hit. Okay. $35.
Alright, that's just fine.
Oh, sorry. -2 from that one that time. That one doesn't change, so that one is actually 2 lower.
Okay. Let's see here. You did move through the druid leader's space a second time, but he only gets a total of 2 attacks.
I'll roll my fort save. $35.
Yeah, that's just fine. Okay, your bleed is now 6, not 2, but 9 more. The guy who's an earth elemental actually doesn't have much of a hope. But these two were back here for a reason. While the door has been closed, they have wild shaped.
Even whilst medium is.
Pardon?
Right, medium or small? Let me check. Yeah, you know what? It's an eagle. It doesn't really make a difference. For the sake of CMD, though, he'd be medium.
Mm-hmm.
So there. Anyway, they Y-shaped into rhinos?
Nope.
Buffalo.
Although the rhino is still out there, behind them.
No, they are true Republicans. Sorry.
There we go. They're now both some kind of plant creature. And they each start lashing out at you with whip-like arms.
Oh, they get their swings. Before this one gets pushed to Kingdom Come.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, what is that? Is that a grapple attempt? Is that a push attempt? I need to know.
That is a combat maneuver.
I have to know because it changes based on what it is. Just is or is it not a grapple?
Gotcha. This one is a grapple.
Okay, that fails.
Okay. And this one is a trip.
Also fails.
Just to make sure you're aware of this, you do both know bull rushing counts as a charge, right?
For the sake of AC, yes, your CMD doesn't go down because your AC went down.
Anything that applies a malice or bonus Well, almost anything that applies a malus or bonus to AC usually also affects CMD.
It says very specifically, you take a -2 to AC. My AC isn't applied to my CMD at any point.
Okay.
My Dex is, but it doesn't say -2 to Dex. It's -2 to AC, very specific.
All right. Because you're moving through his reach, this is his second and last trip.
No.
Of course it does.
Those have a pretty good chance to, actually, be square.
And this one tries to wrap around your throat again.
Okay, this one might work. Let's see. 53 minus... Because I gotta do minuses and pluses and blah blah. You might have missed.
Oh no, you also get a +2 bonus on your combat maneuver to bull rush.
Oh, neat. I think he actually failed, hold on. Because it's grapple, that's what I'm good at. Most of my grapple stuff comes from my class. Alright, yeah, he's failed. Barely.
Alrighty. Let me just measure here. 60 gets you... Oh, 80 speed?
Yeah, I'm speed 80.
Okay. Oh, but you are going to have to go... Oh. You can't cut diagonally there.
Bull rushing also ends his movement.
Well, I can go with him. So depending on how far he goes, how far I go.
Right. Okay. Now that you have reached him, you may make your bull rush check.
Yes. You were not going to make this easy for Varg, were you?
Also, does the bull rush itself provoke an AOO?
It does unless he has his improved bull rush.
It does. I don't know how many combat fucking reflexes. Jesus Christ. Alright, and you can't... How are you making these AOOs with combat maneuvers when I can't ever? Because I'd like to know.
Because they do have the improved. In fact, the one who's
I have
throwing
improved.
trips
You
at
need
you has
greater.
greater.
That you can't reach that unless you're like level 18 for druids. Wait,
I feel
actually,
like
This
they're
is
no,
the
for
Nature's
druids.
Council.
all right, fair enough.
They
I'm
didn't
trying to
cross
remember.
class.
No, it has nothing to do with cross with BAB. That's a problem. Nothing to do with cross classing. It's like BAB 14, and we don't get that till way later, being druids. Otherwise, I'd have it. I mean, I could still have it. I'm saying, but I'm like, it's not as easy to get.
Okay, so you're bull rushing the
Yeah,
upper
this
one?
one.
Okay.
He gets his swing.
Yeah, he gets his last attempt because he really desperately wants.
Oh,
That is a trip.
okay. If it's trip, it's different. All right, now let me check. Can you trip a flying? Yeah, you just fall
Yes.
down.
Yeah, being prone while flying makes you fall to the ground.
I'm flying on my back.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Because I gotta really calculate this shit down.
Mm-hmm.
He is failed because I am a lizard folk. Fuck you with a stick. I had just enough bonus to get by. Because
So
I
it's
had,
your racial that saved you?
Yep. That
Are you
plus
sure
2
you're
did it.
currently a lizard folk?
And I get my racial. Just as like you still get your dark vision, you still get the racial application.
Gotcha.
Screw you, I get to get away. Yay.
Just a second.
Okay, no, I don't. He probably has a ridiculously high CMD on top of fucking that.
Yep, make your bull rush check.
Oh dear.
Managed to move him 5 feet.
Yeah. 52, move him. If I just beat him, he's moved 5 and I move 5 forward. If I beat him by extra 5s, he keeps going and I keep going.
Yep, he is a rooted plant folk. Which means you failed by 2.
Well, I've been saving these for a rainy day. Hero point. Back to you. You move.
Alright, you're using it post to increase it by 4?
Which beats it, so. Down to 1. Not just going to have hero points much longer. And he can't use 2 hero points in a round, so that's the end of his turn, effectively.
No, but if you become evil, you get an extra feat.
This is true. So we're gonna take a wild spell and then just go around as giant crocodiles shooting lasers and destroying everything. Oh, yeah, I can't 5-foot step, can I? That'd be kind of silly.
No, you have moved this turn, so you
Yeah,
can't 5
you
foot.
charged.
All right. Yeah, that's everything.
Okay.
Please stay out of my way. Please stay out of my way. Please stay out of my way.
They're gonna cluster fuck that room, and you know it.
No, I just need everybody out of my range for one turn so I can try this.
Move into position. He's escaping and shit.
Okay. The spiral stare up, in case you hadn't noticed.
I figured.
And I guess I can remove the transition to black there. Okay.
How tall's the ceiling in here?
In this room, it's only about 12 or 14 feet. Same in this entryway, but once you're past that, it's a 35-foot ceiling.
Can I safely be above this guy just for my own planning?
Which guy?
Sorry, the thing's not pointing just a sec.
Well, you can't have gotten to that point because you had to delay your turn, and on the surprise round, you did a thing. There was no movement to do that with.
No, no. I have a full turn coming up.
All right. So you're going to use that turn to move? I'm confused.
Well, you'll find out if I can. I just need to know if I can safely be above him for my own planning.
I still haven't seen a pointer for him. Ah.
The guy south of Varg, yeah.
Yeah, you could actually no, because the doorway is lower. You'd have to force your way past him and or
you know this
Varg.
guy.
Okay, that's fine. That just positioning thing. That's fine. Thanks.
Okay.
You know, this looks really awesome and silly at the same time, where first Mark turns into a kraken, grabs the leader, and just gives him a look, pulls a lever before turning to a small bird, flying away towards what is essentially a heavily rooted, tree, and skull bashes it back 5 feet as a tiny bird. It's weirdly awesome. It's just, you don't see that every day.
Mm-hmm.
Why are there so many earthy, fresh druids?
Pardon?
Because they like the earth.
I know, but I'm a druid. I don't like earth so much to be called earthy fresh.
Well, he's an earth elemental.
Mm.
Because I'm silly like that.
Hi, I'm Cecilian.
Anyway. She who stalks. Can she get a bead on you with a 5-foot? Not one she trusts. She moves out to the center of the room.
This is gonna be funny.
And pulls out a black arrow.
Where'd you get that? Why don't I get those? Asshole.
There we go. And she cries out as she unleashes it towards you. I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
You've got her character sheet. Could you please roll a shot of her bow at you?
Let me double check.
And she crit fails and hits one of the druids, and they think she's gone traitor.
I hope not.
I hope so.
That would be really funny.
Yeah, she's terrible. Nat 20, never mind. She's awesome. She hits me.
Confirm that?
No.
No luck. Oh well. Alright. Varg, you are struck by this black arrow. Please make a fort save.
Is that Dirge of Doom still within Thing? Is there like a radius, or is it just like
You can
here?
still see her, that's for certain.
I
So
believe Dirge of Doom is actually a 30-foot radius. Let me double check that.
So I'm
Varg is
outside of its radius,
45
then.
away.
-2 if there's a discrepancy.
Yep.
What a -2 on that pass?
Checking.
If so, it doesn't matter, but we'll see.
Yeah, 30 feet.
Okay, so I'm out of it. So 30 then.
All right. 30 versus it. Okay, you take just normal arrow dam. Oh wait, arrow damage +1.
Thunk. Scree!
Squawk.
Should have turned into a chicken. Just make it really silly.
Amesua.
Yeah, you do anything. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, just a second. I'm looking up rules questions on something.
Mm-hmm.
I can't seem to find one. Is there a way to shrink the amount of space a prismatic wall takes up?
No, walls and so on, to my degree, always have to take up like a certain level of space. You can like change how it looks, but you
Yeah,
can't.
the hell
Make
like
less.
that. You can always cast a spell at a lower caster level than your own.
Okay, yeah.
I guess that
figured
does shrink
so.
it, doesn't it?
Yeah, I
Never mind,
figured
shut
so, and I figured items are able to as well. So,
But
Okay.
all of the effects are reduced to the caster level you use, so the
That is-
duration will be shorter as well as the size.
that is perfectly fine. I just need to see how much room I have for this prismatic wall then.
Okay.
Okay, so because of that, 45, the length is 4 feet per level, is it?
4 foot wide per level, 2 foot tall per level.
So if I cast it at level 11, then instead of at level 15, it would be 44 feet wide and 22 feet tall.
At 11, yes.
Emma is going to retrieve my prismatic wall casting violin as a move action.
Yes.
As a standard action, she's going to create prismatic wall. I'm actually just going to draw on the template. Right there.
Okay.
My turn.
Ah.
Oh boy.
I'm seeing how this is going now.
I fly here. As my standard action, I defensively cast Battering Blast.
Oh boy.
I get to make 3 ranged touch attacks. I just
Proceed.
have to check what my range touch is, just a sec. Plus
roll
26.
Do not roll ones.
I swear I did not design the prismatic violin for this.
I
you did.
believe you. It is an obscure and interesting use.
Okay, so
Also,
I get
does
plus
she need
26.
to succeed on any sort of perform check to do that, or is it just use of the instrument?
The instrument itself is capable of casting it.
I have a question. To my understanding, bull rush can only be done in the direction of, well, you're aiming. I don't think you can bull rush me that way like you planned.
I'm bull rushing you diagonally into the wall, which is also 5 feet.
Can you? I guess you can. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't bull rush.
There's my 3 attacks. Do those hit his range touch?
Were any of those ones? No? Okay, they all hit. I don't have a touch AC.
Sorry, Mark.
It's not going to kill him. When you hit a wall, you're hit by all the effects, but you're shunted out if any one of them fails. At least to my understanding.
No, prismatic wall, you hit 1 at a time, and all of them affect you.
Yeah, I'm double checking the reading.
I'm just gonna make a character just to kill Leah at this point. She's really pissing me off. All right, keep going.
Uh,
How are you over there?
Hmm?
Oh, okay. Oh, she's moved too. Okay,
yes.
that's why. Sorry, I thought you were back here doing it, so that's why I was confused.
I'm just double checking that myself. Oh, actually, it says the wall's maximum proportions. I don't actually. It doesn't. It. Yeah, the wall's
so
maximum proportions are 4 feet. So I don't even need to reduce the level if I don't want to.
Alright, go on. Roll
Yeah.
the damage and then start rolling your CMBs.
Yep. I just need to bring Battering Blast back up, sorry. Okay, so all 3 hit, so each one does 5d6 damage. So roll my 15d6 first.
Yep. I'm just going mute for a second, but I can still hear you.
Okay.
That's 50 force damage.
Okay.
Now I'm just calculating the bull rush attempt here. So its strength modifier is my charisma, which I have a bonus of 11 right now. CMB is my caster level, so 19, so 30. And then plus 10 for each of the additional blasts, so plus 50. I get to roll 3 bull rush attempts at plus 50 and take the highest.
Go on. Varg's dead.
If Varg survives this, is it possible for him to get any angrier?
It's not possible for him to survive it.
Oh, well.
She's using the broken mechanic to kill him. It's alright. He was dead anyway. It's clear this was designed that Varg isn't going to get out of it. There is no escape. You won with all 3. Varg is dead. Varg. At this point, I'm done. I tried to be clever about getting Varg out, but this scenario given to him is impossible. I dare anyone in this room to figure a way out.
I definitely
Not as a
couldn't.
druid.
Yeah.
Druids don't have escape mechanics. Either fight or you're dead.
I would have, myself, as me, I would have used Dimension Door or Bard's Escape or Shadow Walk or something.
You're not you're Varg. You're a druid without any gear on. How do you escape? You don't.
I don't take off my gear in the first place.
You have to. You don't get out of the room. You think they would have let him out of the white space if he hadn't taken off his gear?
They probably would have vaporized you if you'd been resisting for too long.
The options given were this scenario was a no-win scenario.
Yeah, it's basically shape change and run, which is what he's doing, and not really working.
Yeah, I would have done it with my gear at least. He would have.
I can't do it with your gear. They wouldn't have let you out of the room.
I will have a variety of out of continuity statements to make later, but.
Well, Varg was already problematic. The issue is that the second he lost Nibbling, he lost all form of control. So didn't really help that he had to go to a fucking place with. And Varg's dead, by the way. I mean, to my understanding, the prismic wall just kills a character on the spot.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does. Go into it. You hit the purple part. Dead.
I'm reading it. Make a reflex save to halve fire damage.
Oh yeah, right. He has to go through each and every one of them. You can survive the utter destruction with a will save. I'm just gonna check what the save on this thing is. It's an item save, so it's not gonna be too bad.
Yeah, what is the DC for your for the prismatic wall?
Yeah,
He's
I'm
looking.
gonna have to check.
Okay.
I forget what a magic item's DC are.
I believe it's as though they had the minimum attribute needed.
Oh yeah, right. The minimum attribute needed as a wizard. Just a second.
It is wizard level 8.
Oh, well, the minimum would be 18 then.
The minimum,
Okay.
yes, int. So DC is
18.
No, it's
Are we asking like whether or not he has to like what his intelligence score was? If we're going for minimums,
yeah,
then it has to be
the
eight.
minimum int score is 18.
So at
he
4,
needs
so 22.
4. So yes, 22.
yeah,
So-
22,
You take 10 fire damage.
which means it is survivable. It's just a huge pain in your ass.
Arg, roll reflex against acid damage. You take 20 acid damage. Arg, roll reflex against electricity damage. You take 40 electricity damage. Arg, roll fort against poison, unless you're immune.
Not in this shape. Yeah, 20. So doesn't matter.
Yep. Varg, roll fortitude against being turned to stone. Varg,
Almost into that 20.
roll will against becoming insane.
Yeah, it's just tedious.
Becoming.
As per the insanity spell. Varg, roll will against being sent to another plane.
I think that might
Yes.
actually be helpful to him.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to fail
Oh,
that one.
actually, it's within range of my derm now. Within range of my dirge now.
Cool, I failed that one. Where do I go?
One moment.
I would have to be anywhere but here.
1 second while I count them off.
Please be plane of water, because that would be unusually thematic.
Oh, fuck.
Hell?
Where's it going?
Varg,
Hmm.
you
Shadows?
wake up, bruised, burned, bit of acid splashed on you, wearing nothing except your leather underoos. Sit up. Light's rather dimmer than you'd like, but you look around, and I imagine you'll start cussing, because you find yourself yet again on the plane of shadow.
Oh, God.
But Varg knows how to get back. That's the problem.
On
Also,
the plus
he's-
side, that destroys whatever little he still had on him, which is just his clothes.
Didn't have anything on me.
Energy field destroys all objects and effects.
Okay, I am myself. Does it count? Does it count supernatural? I don't know.
Yep.
Okay, I am myself on the
So
planet.
all
Okay.
spells that were affecting you end, and every object you were wearing is gone. Fortunately, you were only wearing leather underoos.
I'm naked, yay! On the plane of shadow. Well, I'll take it.
Okay.
There's your
No
escape
one's
bar.
going to figure out where you are within the time to what I think is going to happen next, so I'm going to
What's gonna
stick with
happen
Varg's
next is-
perspective for just a second.
Okay. It's gonna say
Varg.
what happened there. Alright, yep.
You're
I
on the
recognize
plane of
this
shadow.
place.
What do you do?
Oh, are there trees?
No.
I go find some trees. Thus goes Varg's quest for trees. If necessary, I'll cast spells to avoid things, including flying spells, shape-changing spells, like what do you need from me, but other than that, I'm restoring 1 hit point a turn until I'm at whole.
Roving turkey-like destroyers.
Fly? Can they fly? No? Alright then. Scenario solved. Effectively, unless he finds a tree, he can't get back, or, well, actually, he can get back. He just needs to either find a tree or be given a day. Whichever happens first.
Time passes. You find nothing in your travels that
Wasn't
even
this place a
resembles.
jungle? Like, I remember having trees around.
No.
Well, then how did
No,
the bird creature ambush me again? If there's no trees?
Yeah, there are dead bushes.
Those will do.
Last
be
I
alive.
checked, tree stride doesn't allow you to change planes.
I wasn't going to use tree stride. I think the tree transport or something does. I don't remember.
Travel via plants.
That's the one. Thank you. And
Transport via plants, my bad.
does it have to be alive?
Any normal plant, your size or larger, pass any distance to a plant of the same kind.
All right,
They must
I'll
be
be
alive.
Okay, let's be butts about this then. Hold on. There it is.
And you can, although you do not know this particular location.
I grow some fucking trees and teleport.
Okay, you cast Grove of Respite.
Yeah, it's range unlimited. Unlimited means within the same plane.
Yeah, it specifically does not let you travel through planes.
Yeah, again, this is a huge problem with druids. They can't travel through planes. They can't escape scenarios. I don't know who made their spell list, but he's an idiot. It's like, what do druids need? Weather powers, and that was it.
The sky
Yeah.
grows slightly darker. You think it must be night.
Cool. Varg finds somewhere comfortable to sleep. How about that Grove of Respite he just made? That looks nice.
You find a large number of small vermin are attracted by the grove.
Yay.
They claw and bite at your skin through the night.
Okay, in that case, if they're going to be dicks about things, go away.
You dig away the dirt until you find stone.
I'll cast Burrow if you really want me to speed it up.
And sleep comfortably for
There.
whatever the spell duration of Meld into Stone is.
I'll turn into a tree if I really need to.
Yes,
tree
but
shape prepared.
is Meld into Stone rounds or hours?
I think it's hours. It's one of those, stay quiet and watch things. It'd be weird if it was like 10
minutes per level.
So that's
Yeah,
20
like 3
times
hours.
10. 3 hours is a decent nap, but when he wakes up in 3 hours, he'd probably just tree shape it, which I know that lasts an hour per level.
When you wake up from the stone, you find your Grove of Respite has been eaten right down to the splinters.
Dicks. Turn to a tree. Rather specifically, I'm not actually a tree, I just look like all the other dead trees around. Or bushes or whatever.
You attempt to take the form of a dead tree.
And then I go to sleep. Night-night. I'll figure out a way to get out of this scenario. It's honestly just, hey, Odysseus, fuck them, and then we go and kill them all. And that's one scenario.
You
I
wake
get
up in
experience
the
for
morning.
defeating Varg?
You've had a lot of creatures chewing at your roots all night, and you're in bad shape. But you're alive.
Regeneration, yay. I don't have a scenario plan in my head for what happens if Varg is on the frickin' shadow plane again. Beyond
That I know. Just
what?
bear
So what do
with
you want
me.
from me?
I know where you're going.
Okay, I keep looking for trees. That's all I'm doing.
Do you pray for spells this morning?
Oh dear, he's worried about that one. You know what? He's gonna have to, so he does. He's like ready for, he's like, I know. But hey, I got out, told you. He prays for spells and waits for the verbal lashing.
Now, wasn't that wholly unnecessary?
I got out, like I said I would. Faster than I planned, even.
You've simply traded one prison for another.
I can escape this. There has to be a living tree. And if there's not a living tree, there's people who come here. And intelligent things on top of that.
Can you even ken how large the plane of shadow is?
Probably not.
It is a dead world.
I have until the next new moon to get your whatever done. If I've not escaped by then yes, we can, host body and all that, and we can take our ruin. I ask only that you, whoever sent me here be turned inside out and fed to ravenous snakes or something horrible. Get creative. Also, I want the entire elven population wiped out, but that's just more of a, just a request. But that's for if worst case scenario. I mean, I can still get out of this well before the new moon.
Would you like to roll the bluff on that?
I'm trying to bluff a deity, and I'm Varg. No, I would not like to roll that because I can't succeed, even if I roll a 20, because it's not an auto success.
I offer you the same escape I offered you in that last prison. The size of it matters not. I shall take you from this place, mold you in my image,
I'm already in
and
your
take
image.
my body back the way I desire.
I'm already in your image. Between the death that I received the first time and all the things I've done to be as your image, I'm about as in your image as it becomes without gafting snakes to body parts. You're not going to gaff snakes to body parts, are you? You're going to gaff snake to body parts. Fuck. I don't want a snake for a tail. Does sound kind of cool, though.
Give me just a second here. Editing a block of text.
That does sound pretty cool.
And that's when the druids all decide to beat the crap out of me for letting him escape.
Yeah, they might. We had plans. There were several stages of druids to stop him. You gave him an out. You. So he's asked. I don't. I'd have to sit down and actually really research how the hell a druid would get out of the plane of shadows. But other than that,
Oh, don't you worry about that. Chris? Check your email.
to email.
For everyone else, only for the sake of the narrative, not because you're actually there to witness it. Varg comes out of his prayer with a burning, unending hunger in his belly, the fire of fresh, hot poison in sacks at his throat, and his lizardly form stretched at all corners, his neck nearly 2 feet longer than before, 2 skinless but rapidly healing vestigial arms under his shoulders, and his teeth now elongated to fierce, flat-folding venomous fangs. Ydersius is coming for his body.
Yay!
This may take a second. Well, no, you guys can do whatever you're just doing. I just need to really look through all this stuff.
I do wish that it had been one more round before this happened. Because Icoriel, in character, was debating whether or not to help Varg, but it was guaranteed that he wasn't actually going to attack him.
Alia!
Oopsie.
Everyone looks at you.
The assembled druids around you turn and stare.
Icoriel's trying not to laugh.
Wizard
Where
woman,
Where did you send him? I don't know.
that spell. Is he destroyed, or is he banished?
I'm unsure. I'm hoping destroyed.
Would you like to attempt a bluff, or...
Oh,
Can I speak up as a master of arcane knowledge, even if I can't actually cast Prismatic Wall?
she actually doesn't have ranks in spellcraft, so that's not a bluff.
Alright, Icoriel, Knowledge Arcana to recognize the spell that she cast? No, wait, it was cast from an item.
So it was.
You can't be 100% sure that it is in fact a prismatic wall and not just something that looks vaguely like it.
Can I go and examine the wall?
Yes, you could.
Since I still have walked through space, I'm gonna teleport twice and appear next to it.
Lick it.
I'd rather not. What do I need to examine the wall?
You need, well, you cast Detect Magic and spend the 3 rounds, and then make a spellcraft roll.
That's a 3. Eh.
That's okay. That's a 38.
I call dibs on Barg's stuff.
The druids begin gathering around and milling about, discussing with each other.
So how bad are we gonna murder this girl?
Okay, Agoriel, yes, that is a prismatic wall that hovers in the air before you, sizzling and spitting as motes of dust float into it.
Question: does my my tattoo would stay? That's a dumb question.
Yes.
So, unless there's some pile of ash that used to be Varg that we're completely missing, the only thing a prismatic wall can do that would make someone completely disappear is sending them to another plane.
The head druid scowls at Alia, and turns to go consort with his fellows. He turns as he's halfway there. Amnorinliol Velea. I'm afraid you will be coming with us. You may yet claim your seat, but for the moment we have much to do.
She's had a bit of bad luck with masters, hasn't she?
I yell, I'm not gonna let you kill me, and then I hit the lever.
Alright then.
I just assumed the worst.
Somehow that's smart. I don't know how, but
Well, with the prismatic wall, we can't exactly trace where he went.
We shall be making our own hunts. Thank you for your assistance.
I didn't get to do anything. You don't need to bother with the formalities.
I hope to meet you again on better terms, then.
I hope to meet you again before Varg decides to blow something up.
And the druids begin filing out up the spiral staircase.
I'm gonna knock on the wall.
Are they gone?
Yes.
Are you lying?
roll sense motive.
I don't know, am I?
Well, Icariel rolled diplomacy, Alia roll sense motive.
I don't have a diplomacy roll.
Okay,
Well.
I hit the lever again.
Making me draw and undraw the damn walls.
Didn't make you.
So is that cell still there, with all this stuff in it?
It would appear so.
Blink once.
Don't tell me you're about to shout dibs.
Well, she already did.
It's worth an obscene amount of money if anyone's curious.
I would imagine.
I can't even calculate how much money
I'm
it's
sort
worth.
of
It's like a
afraid
couple
of going into that-
million.
Do I tell
I
you
am
this
editing my
prepared?
paper, so
No, I'm
the
just
amount
gonna...
of math I'd have to go through to tell you how much it's worth. I'm just going to say it's worth about 3 million, just as a field goal.
Alright,
how
can I
much-
That's probably even too little, actually.
How many items are there?
1, 2, 3. Everything except the next slot plus a bunch. That's 3 miscases. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. About 13. Yeah, 13 items.
Okay, I have enough slots for that. I'm just going to keep casting Pilfering Hand to grab things from the room because I'm afraid to go in there.
I could just cast telekinesis.
It's not gonna kill you. My stuff isn't cursed.
I think she's more worried about the prison going away while she's looting the pile.
Ah, smart.
Telekinesis, what's that do?
I am getting it right now. I'm pretty sure that you can just, violent thrust. You can hurl one object or creature per cast level that are within range and all within 10 feet of each other toward any target within 10 feet per level of all the objects. I can just shove them all outside the room.
Oh, okay. In that case, I'm going to lay one of my treasure stitching cloths on the ground and step back for him to pile everything onto it.
Telekinesis. Although I need to move a bit closer, I think. No, actually I don't, but whatever.
Coriel, you narrowly dodge a flying helmet.
Well,
And treasure stitching.
we have all of Varg's equipment now.
On a nice little curtain.
And for the record, you should probably not try any diplomatic relations with druids for some time.
Okay, doing a
Don't
quick
let them
head
kill
count.
me.
Everything I own comes to a rough value of 5.5 million gold, and that's just going through the most expensive, obscene items I own.
No,
No, wait, no, that's sorry. I'm off. No, sorry.
Yeah,
I
Sappy
did
is the
times
most
5, I'm
expensive
dumb.
single item we have, and he's only 300,000.
Okay, sorry. Okay, here we go. 2.9 million. That's better. Is it? Wait, no. I got. How much did I get from when they gave me?
Just that wireframe calculate it.
Fine. It's just an obscene amount of money, and I'm trying to
I'll
remember
do it,
every
but
single
not on
piece.
session, not in session.
No,
here.
that's done for later.
Yeah.
But I
do you
am
need
going
me
to
to-
glance at it for anything that I saw Varg use very often.
Well, I'm editing my sheet, so did you have all my shit written down somewhere else, or?
Let me just save the sheet to make sure I've got a copy of what you looked like at this moment.
Okay.
And Chris,
Yeah.
I
I'll
would
make a
like
new
you to
character.
have that sheet, and yes, yes,
Yeah, I think Varg's not really...
although
So-
I may ask you to provide a voice for him if
see if I can
when
come up
he
with
is run
something.
into this NPC enemy of all that lives is yours to hold on to for now.
Okay. Question. Do you want me to edit the sheet that I have now with Varg, or would you rather me make a new sheet?
Make a new sheet, please. Yes, HTML only. Please save the file. Ah, there we go. Save it in the log folder. That works.
Well, now we got a quick way out of really dangerous situations.
Here, I'll just hurl myself into the prismatic wall. That won't go wrong.
Hey, you could be... Don't worry about being turned to stone or driven
Uh,
insane.
If we're ever fighting something that that I'm afraid we can't beat, prismatic
that's the
wall and
herald
battering
of-
blast.
Transport via
yeah.
suicide. I think it'd be better to just, use a time-delayed reincarnate.
I think I just run.
Quick question. Does the Herald of Blood work as a title for Varg right now? Or do you have something else in mind?
Because I only pasted you the tail end of it, I did not have it was not included in the email. Because I had to skip over, when I pasted it to you, I had to skip over all of the prologue notes and conversation bits.
It looks like he turned to a serpent folk. Is he still a lizard folk for terms of racial, or are we running with serpent folk? Because that would boost him into obscene levels. If he was serpent folk.
No, you're
Still
You're-
lizard folk for the purpose of the racials. Okay.
racial abilities, yes.
Yeah. I know.
Not racial ability modifiers or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Is that in the right order? 16, 16, 16, 19, 19, 19, or do I need to fiddle it?
That's the right order. Okay. So, I'll receive your email as to something new drawn up.
I'm guessing I'm going to do the feats and the whatnot.
I need to figure something out.
I need to figure out a new freaking character besides that.
Yeah. Mostly, the Druid's been I'm very happy with Alia, but
that's a silly title. I like it.
Ikoria wouldn't be very happy with Alia either.
I don't think anyone's happy with Alia. Even Varg isn't happy. Well, what's up to Varg is not happy with her either.
Oh, challenge me to combat.
I'm not actually sure how that would end.
Uncomfortably?
Well, yes.
You would decisively defeat me, probably.
Eh.
I don't have any. I don't have that trick again. I can only do that once a day.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, sure. Challenge you to combat right now.
Disintegrate me.
I'm mostly wondering that, well, sure, Ikoria would have a problem with evil Var destroying the world because he likes the world.
Most people like the
Kind of attached to it.
Little bit. He probably wouldn't be very fond of working with Alia for it.
She seems a bit out there.
Alia, no, not even that. She's proven very unhelpful. Because it's kind of her being so pleased about Varg being arrested that's kind of led to him becoming a possible evil danger to the world at this point.
Now, see, when I heard her evil chuckle, I interpreted it as, that deserved it.
Sure, he deserved it, but it's still a very big problem.
Yes.
Yeah, when you guys get to this guy's boss fight, I'm probably not going to fight fair.
You can always disintegrate me. I'll fail the fort save.
Expect a lot of that. He's a destruction druid. And an oracle now. It's going to be weird. So, Varg's future was boss monster.
Not that surprising, really.
I called that. I called that way back in the day.
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm pretty sure you did.
Just sneak up on me while I'm sleeping without my armor and disintegrate me in the middle of the night.
Yeah, Korra's not evil. I mean, he could be if someone really pissed him off, but he's not. Not yet.
Mm-hmm.
I do need to figure out a reason that he would work with Alia, or there's kind of a problem.
Probably going to do the extremely broken route of, I'm going to always be in wild shape and cast spells all the time, and I'll take one of his arms.
Well, the character I wanted to bring in only works if Alia gets killed.
As much as you want me to kill her, it'd be a little out of character.
Turn and stab, turn and stab. No.
Not unless she went on about some spiel of please punish me or something.
She is lawful good, she might.
Well, I did just betray my friend and am a paladin.
And you...
Time to cast Atonement.
Yeah.
Don't you have to get someone else to cast Atonement?
Yes, you do.
I'm going to go over to you with this thing, because it looks like I have giant fangs and stuff, but apparently they don't do anything because I don't have a bite attack.
Maybe you do now. I don't know.
I know, but like I get what he's going for, which is really cool, and I'm all for it, but mechanically, I don't have half of what he's talking about.
I'm aware. I'll get to that.
I know, for now, I'm just doing the base, bare bones.
Oh, Lord Master of the Dungeons.
Yes.
Clearly, you want something.
That's when rocks fall and I die.
It's more of an oh lord, but go on.
Any opinion on the whole inter-character conflicts now? It makes party traveling a little difficult.
I have a cool character I want to bring in. I was expecting to die in that battle.
I was expecting someone to die.
The whole premise for my new character is based on Alia being dead.
I'm sorry I didn't take the time to keep my gear on, come rushing out, and immediately go for the throat. I wanted to not kill people because
That's why I was casting Vengeful Outrage on you. You should have just failed to save.
Yeah.
And with if Varg had been turned into a nice, friendly newt or something for the rest of his days, he'd never again be able to cast spells, so Eudurcius would never take him over. The threat would be over.
Screw that. The threat must never be over. We make our own problems constantly. We must continue this tradition till the end of time.
Sounds reasonable.
I suppose Varg could have always retroactively poisoned me at some point.
I'm not sure he's that cunning.
He is
He
pretty
has-
dumb.
He has all the cun of a slightly concussed magpie.
I'm just going to secretly poison this bard who eventually becomes paladin, just in case they turn on me someday.
I'm going to do that.
The sentiment sounds like Varg, but
Hey, Alia, have you eaten breakfast yet? No? Oh, good. No reason. I just need to pour this salt on it.
Okay, sounds smart.
That's the day's antidote.
That's awesome. Yeah, that doesn't sound like him. The second we get out of here, all the druids were waiting behind a door.
Just like, come here.
Get her!
just grabs her and shoves a blade through her throat.
No, they're druids. They totally turned into like a bat. She was a bat once, she must be a bat again. Forever.
The next time I go into the forest on my own to take care of some business, all the birds turn out to be the druids.
Alia goes into the forest one day, and we never hear from her again, but there's a very pretty deer in the forest.
Yeah, I could be baleful polymorphed again. That's happened.
Mm-hmm. I suppose I have to ask in serious vein. Do you guys want to continue with this set of characters? Because with this party. Because, remember, the Ministry of Adventuring exists now. It has a number of teams.
I would sort of like to start a new character, but like I said, the character I wanted to play depends on Alia being dead, so it sort of pisses me off.
Mm-hmm.
I could go either way, seeing as how I have not been playing with Icoriel for nearly as long as you two have been playing with Varg and Alia. I mostly just wonder what the circumstances of that would be.
Well, speaking as the person who can make it happen.
He is magic.
Well, yeah, we could, for my character to work, we can just say Alia died in some unspecified way and work that out later.
She wouldn't try to
Or
assault the
even
Kai
just have
mansion
her-
again.
Or even just have her MIA.
Yeah, just have her disappear.
Presumably dead.
Because
If
I
she's
have
on
a
leave,
few
what should be
reasons
done?
for her to go MIA.
I do kind of like the idea of Varg. It's like Dark Future Varg, where he becomes an emissary of Odysseus and is an eternal enemy and a boss monster potentially used in the campaign. God damn it, shut up. One second.
Yeah, Varg would be,
I agree with his statement. Anyway, I like this future for Varg. I want an excuse for him to go kill things, but at the same time, I understand that the scenario presented here is kind of tough to work with. I'm fine this being effectively the end, I guess. Kind of weird ending, but whatever. I'm level 30. Live with that. I got the level 30, everyone.
The
So
heart.
we can either end,
Well,
if you're asking
somehow
me, end it here and do a new party and do a new situation, or B, continue this with either mostly new characters trying to end the threat of Doom Varg.
From how he mentioned, the
Well,
the
so-
Ministry of Adventuring in
yeah,
this
the
campaign.
Ministry of Adventuring is a thing that exists in this, and we still have threads that we, as out of character, can follow up on in this world.
Yeah, there's
So
it's
I'd like
still
to do that with the new characters, yeah.
Alrighty, I'm good with that.
And-
I can
and
roll up some
eventually-
sort of
Eventually,
Adventure.
Varg's going to be a problem.
eventually
Icoriel.
nothing. He's a problem from day one.
yes. The problem would be what Icoriel does.
Can you cast any sort of planar travel?
I've never prepared spells for it. I have no idea if it's on the mega spell list, because that spell list is so restrictive.
It's not druid.
Hang on, checking, because
You
It's way
can
more
cast
restrictive
Dimension
than
Door.
druids, but-
I can cast Dimension Door, yeah.
I can't.
It's like all the mega spells are offensive. Let's see.
There's a few that aren't.
A few, but they're mostly things like bull strength and such.
Let's see here.
I'm not seeing any planar travel just yet, looking through 6th and 5th and 4th levels.
Okay, and what is your skill modifier in use magic device?
Fairly certain to put up these points into it. Plus 19, yeah.
Sorry, plus what?
19.
Okay. If you want to, I have means for I have means available for Alia to go MIA, but you managing to escape.
Escape. I like that word. I mean, sure. I'm okay with this.
All right. So, Brad.
Yes, that's me.
The only terms that you're not already really familiar with as far as the setting goes. Chris, you said you're okay with the general idea as well?
I'm good with a bunch of new adventurers and all that in this realm.
Okay. The events that we have just executed are in late February 536 EI. We are going to undergo a small time skip to early June 536 EI.
So just a couple months.
Yep, 4 months. And the Ministry has put out a general call for adventurers willing to delve into unknown realms on a half rescue, half, oh god, the first guy's screwed up, we need someone to cover them mission. Alia is the entire group except for Acorial has gone missing. He managed to escape, badly injured, and he will be he will be accompanying this group back into realms unknown.
Huh.
Now he's the veteran who knows. Okay, guys, I've seen Varg in combat. We're screwed.
For further details are behind an NDA. Please apply the University of... there we go. Please apply the University of Sialanan to the office of Ephraim Elir.
Oh, I see. I misunderstood you at one point. I thought you said when mentioning that Acorial escaped that he'd escaped and just run the fuck away.
No, if you would like to keep the character, you may.
Yeah, Coriel could just accompany us as an NPC too, so...
I'm debating.
Your choice. Just email me with the new character spec if you want to change over.
What's our APL going to be now?
Let's see here. I'd like to get a little more mileage out of this, so let's push... There's the character advancement list.
Yeah, this is kind of a tough choice.
All right. The spec is 17th level with an even 500 KGP for equipping.
Okay, so we're a little above normal wealth then. Okay.
Level 17, you said?
Yes.
And how long it's been since incident?
About 3.5, 4 months.
15 point buy?
Is anyone going to tell Jeg or Nimblin what the fuck just happened?
I'm sure they'll eventually get informed, but only as news trickles out to them.
Well, yeah,
Also,
Jeg's
Jeg won't find
time.
out unless someone takes that staff and knows where to use it.
Actually, Ikorio would know.
He would.
And he'd think to himself, Jeg might want to know.
Maybe, if he remembers the person. He only met him for like a couple minutes.
Maybe a little bit longer than that. We were in that place for a bit.
Yeah, don't worry. Jag won't notice the time go by. He's got
God damn it, we have a time lock goblin. I wanted to avoid this. I failed at avoiding it.
hundreds of
things
years
have
later.
failed.
Someone comes across the abandoned mansion, dispels the stasis spell, and out comes a surly goblin. You're not the boss.
It's,
Boss, where are you?
sorry, 15 point buy.
Yes.
So is it your Shadow Wizard time?
Yeah, my new character is a Shadow Wizard. I was gonna make him a Void
I played
Mage.
Nimblin.
Let's see here. You
Can I play Nimblin's son?
could play Nimblin's. Now, most of Nimblin's sons are too young still. You could play Nimblin's cousin or his bastard brother-in-law.
Well,
And I use
which one of those
bastard in the
sounds more
genealogical sense.
fun? I know, but which one is more fun sounding? I think I'll play his bastard brother-in-law because that sounds like a fun relationship.
I still don't know Nimblin.
You will. You should. He's the greatest being who lived. I'm absolutely convinced the entirety of our adventures weren't based on our characters, but based on Nimblin's personal story.
Nimblin is a mite that Varg summoned as a nature's ally back in sessions.
Purely because he's intelligent. Remember that. All the other choices weren't intelligent, but he was.
And
An intelligent
used him.
mite?
Oh,
Yep,
all mites are intelligent. Mites are a specific kind of small
It's a small goblinoid.
Oh, okay.
They're
That's
fae,
something else.
actually, not goblins. They
Fae,
look kind
sorry.
of goblinish, but they are fae. They're small, and they're the only choice on the level 1 list that were intelligent. Everything else is like dogs and stuff.
And Varg's first and obvious use for an intelligent summoned nature's ally that's only going to stick around for minutes per level was to, hey, could you walk down this hallway?
Oh,
Okay.
God.
You see the
Oh.
shape of the future here. And, well, because you can summon a specific creature you have summoned before, they developed a relationship
Oh.
based on mutual irritation. And eventually, Varg found out that Nimblin was being summoned from the mortal plane and went and recruited him as a cohort.
So now he could be actually hurt.
Yes.
He's officially gone through every step. Summoned creature, cohort, player. I'm absolutely convinced this is a story about him. It has nothing to do with our characters. It's all about him. There is a story there. There is some sort of epic, amazing book there. About some random mite who's been a normal life with his wife until one day Adventure literally fucking plucks his ass up and plonks him in front of some dumbasses. Like Memoirs of a Summoned or something. Day 84. Summoned again. This time he wants me to step between two large rocks. I'm not that dumb. Though I wish I was. He might not have summoned me. My suffering is eternal. I have no mouth, but I have a scream.
So what are you going to do, Head of Skulls?
Either play the bastard brother who happens to be a shadow dancer and sort of just play off Aaliyah's whole darkness trick by having DR10, so yay for me. Like always DR10. Nothing, just DR10, nothing, can't get around it because that's the ultimate shadow dancer ability, which is cool. And just play off being somehow invincible in the darkness, Batman style.
Oh, cool.
Or I'm going to play possibly an assassin or some sort of castery thing. I'm not entirely picked up yet. And I'm going to be a mite, though. I'm that bastard brother. That character is going to be something, but playing a mite.
I didn't know you could just add crap to a magic item for free. To a bonded item for free. That's awesome. Why does anybody have a familiar?
No idea.
Well, I will figure out
not
something
for
about
free,
either a
but for half
Coriol or a
cost,
new
yeah.
character, and I'll email you about it.
Alrighty.
I gotta remake Varg, Evil Varg, and I gotta make an actual character, so I'm gonna be busy.
Someone play the
probably-
son of Varg. We'll make Star Wars.
You mean the daughters of Varg?
Oh dear, you don't know about the song, do you?
Huh?
Let me grab a certain forum and post for you.
Uh-oh.
Brad got bored one week.
Oh, boy.
Oh, the Varg Crocodile song? Yeah.
Let's see here. Was it in OOC or RP?
I forget. This is the tale of Varg Crocodile. I'm very stupid.
I didn't say it, you did.
I don't know what kind of wizard I want to be.
Here we go.
Presumably one that casts spells.
I don't even know if I want to be a wizard. I want to be a full... I'd like to be a full arcane caster, but I don't really like prepared casters.
Be a sorcerer, be a summoner, or...
Sorcerers are sort of crappy.
Yeah, well, they got flavor. Go look at the archetypes.
Yeah, wizard only has like 3 archetypes.
Yeah, they can kind of just do whatever they want already, so...
And they're sort of crappy. Do you want to be a scroll master?
Hey, if you want to be a, what is it, a physical perfectionist or something like that?
Not from that one.
Here we go. I'll need to provide the... It doesn't seem you posted a link to the original song as well, so I'll have to quickly pull that up as well. There's the lyrics.
Oh, boy.
And here is the tune.
Prepared to wash your brain.
This is gonna be awful, isn't it?
Are you kidding? It's going to be glorious. Oh god, when was this posted? 2011,
3 years ago.
9/12. So yeah, this was around about the same time as like session 15 at most. So at this point in time, their primary means of conveyance was Varg to turn into a large frog and everyone to mount up.
It was functional.
Yes, session 13 had just been completed. In which...
I don't even know what to make of this.
yes, in which the party assaulted the tower mess hall. Nemithra, our cleric, was riding Varg as he came barreling up a stairwell, and they all attacked a bunch of a handful of trolls, and goblins.
It's good times.
And then Alia managed to successfully sneak up on and delivered a non-lethal, what's the name? Coup de grace to a sleeping dragon. Admittedly, it was a young dragon. And
It would
then
have
they
to be.
tied it up and interrogated it.
How do you tie up a dragon?
With rope.
It's just a grapple maneuver.
With chain and a grapple maneuver. Yeah, that session. Hence, the song.
I just don't even.
It is the best thing.
This is the history you have inherited.
Enjoy.